All right. Welcome back. Let's go. So obviously, I'm sure we all have seen and heard about the storm of the U.S. Capitol building, like 2 days ago, and I'm sure we all have our own thoughts and opinions regarding what took place, and others don't have their own thoughts and opinions, and they're being influenced by outsiders and or by liberals. Now, again, when I say liberals, I'm not, trying to castigate a political party or not. It's more or less um, life morals, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I could care less about which way someone votes. Is actually um, the reasons why you made those decisions that give me insight on to who you are and what kind of a person you are. Now, again, obviously, people have the right to vote for whoever the hell they want to vote for. That's your constitutional right, unless you're a felon, obviously. But I'm not here to knock who people vote for or who they don't vote for. This past election, I did not vote because for those of you who know that I went to school for political science. I was very active in my community back in Woodbridge with the Young Democrats. I had aspirations to be a political figure. I wanted to be a councilman. I wanted to be mayor and things like that. But obviously, those things have changed. As you grow older, your perspective changes and your mind changes, and then you move accordingly with the new perspective that you have. Now, with that all being said, like I said, we all know what happened. Like, as you can see, storming the U.S. Capitol was about maintaining white power in America. Now, as you can see from the photo that they decided to put up here, they have the Confederate flags and all these other state flags, and I'm pretty sure they probably have the "Don't Tread on Me" flag in there somewhere and things of that such. But with the title, "Storming the U.S. Capitol" was about maintaining white power in America. What that does is, what they're trying to do is, pretty much strike fear and us. When I say us, I'm talking about quote unquote black people, the original people of America, the blacks of captivity, to be super precise about who I'm talking about. Now, obviously, my videos are for whoever wants to watch, but I do have a target demographic who I'm speaking on behalf of, and I'm mainly talking to. Now, if there's things that you can take away from my videos, and you don't happen to fit that demographic, or you're not in that demographic, that's fine. I'm not excluding anything. But moving on. So yeah, they write this to strike fear in you and like, the white power in America, and all this racist stuff, and remnants of southern lifestyle. And what I see is storming the U.S. Capitol was about maintaining white power in America. Well, listen, first and foremost, America is and you guys know I don't really go by the white and black monikers, but for the sake of this video, because it's probably going to be at least 30, maybe 40 minutes, maybe even an hour. I'm going to try to keep it short, but there's a lot I got to unpack here. But so I don't really, go by that, and I don't like to use it. But for the sake of this video, because I'm going to be using it a lot, unfortunately, I'm just going to just say white and black. I'm not going to keep saying so-called or quote-unquote black, or, so quote-unquote white. I'm just going to say white or black, just to save some time. So, again, it says storming the U.S. Capitol was about maintaining white power in America. Now, first and foremost, America is a white nation, okay? It's a white nation. It's been a white nation. And it's America's aim to remain a white nation. No matter how much they tell you about the whole, melting pot and everyone comes over, yada, yada, listen to me. That's just like a corporate freaking slogan, all right? Because America is a corporation, if you didn't know that. So, yes, America, United States of America Incorporated. So that's just like a slogan, oh, yeah, everyone can come here, landlord free and stuff like that. No. They're not trying to become a black America or a black nation or a Chinese nation. No, this is a white nation, and that's their aim and their goal. Just like in China, that's a Chinese nation. China's not going to go for a bunch of Europeans going over there and turning China into a European nation. You know, same with France. France isn't going to go for a bunch of freaking Nigerians going to France and making France a Nigerian nation or a quote unquote African nation. I wish I could say the same thing about a lot of these black countries, not black countries, African countries. But unfortunately, they've been heavily imperialized and colonized already. So remnants of that still remains to this day. But you get the gist. This is a white nation. So yes, if the white people are going to try to keep their white power, that's to be expected. And this is pretty much the crux of everything that I'm going to be touching on today. This is the expectation to fool yourself into thinking anything otherwise. You're doing yourself a great harm and disservice and wasting your own damn time. Because if it's a revelation to you that people that have power wish to remain in power, then you've been living under a rock. That's why rich people pretty much stay rich. Because with the rich, with being rich and wealthy, they have power, they have access that other people don't have access to. And you don't see them just, I was rich and now I'm done. No, they keep that because they have power. People that have power do everything that they can to maintain power, whether it be legal, illegal, moral, or immoral. That is human reality. Okay? So when you hear people say, first of all, when I go on my social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, over the past 2 days, or even like when I'm out, like at my job, people, walk up and talk to me and stuff like that. I hear a bunch of mainly quote unquote black people saying how, oh, that's messed up, man. Oh, if that would have been us, man, we would have got shot. So first, let me just start this whole thing where it needs to be started. There's no such thing as equality. So when you're out here saying, oh, if that would have been black people, they didn't shoot the white people, but if that would have been black people, we would have got shot. Well, I think you just pointed out your damn self. You're not white. So yes, you will be shot. Am I saying that's right? No, I'm not. But I'm saying that you should not be surprised by that. You shouldn't be surprised. And you shouldn't be all up in your emotions and in your feelings about it neither. And I'm sure most of you black men out there, the ones that aren't simping or on that simp level, deep down inside, you probably are around a bunch of people trying to, fear-monger you and hit you with all this emotional stuff, try to get you on that same wavelength. And I'm sure deep down inside, you're like, but, at the end of the day, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those white people ran the Capitol. Okay. Yeah. Black people would have been shot. Yeah. I'm sure there's a few of you out there that look at it from that level. And kudos to y'all. But my duty is to get all of us on the same motherfucking page. So, yes, you would be shot. Equality is not real. So stop eating that equality that these freaking white liberals keep trying to feed you. Like, oh, we're gonna all hold hands and sing kumbaya and shit like that. Listen, equality, look, bro. Birds aren't equal, humans aren't equal, men and women are not equal. Women are fighting for equality too. You know what? They're never gonna get it. Wanna know why? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And not for nothing. Look, women and men aren't equal. I spoke about this on previous podcasts and YouTube videos. We complement each other. Chickens and ducks aren't the same. They're both birds. They're not the fucking same. Right? It's like there's no such thing as equal. There's no such thing as race either. And I just did a video on that. So I'm not going to go into that again. If you want to find out about how my thoughts in reality on quote unquote race, then go check out that video. I think it's titled it War on Racism. But anyway, moving on. It's not about equality. So people want, oh, I want equality. When you ask these protesters or these quote unquote black movements, oh, we want equality. We just want to be treated equal. And all it is we want what the white man got. All right, we want what the white man got, and we want the white man to accept us. Well, first and foremost, you can't make anyone fucking accept you. All right, you can't make your own family members fucking accept you, let alone a whole nother fucking quote unquote race of people accept you. And past that, you shouldn't give a fuck if they accept you or not. And this is my biggest gripe with the LGBTQ community. They always want to be complaining about how, oh, we just want equality. Well, first of all, like I keep saying, that shit ain't real. All right. So what you want is justice, and you want equal protection underneath the law. Kinda, because you have to remember when these laws were written, they were written for a certain demographic, and if you don't fall in that demographic, then those laws weren't written for you. And again, that should not be a fucking revelation. Okay, just stick with me here. I know I'm moving fast and I'm unpacking a lot, but this is a real hit right here. So anyway, to the LGBTQ community, look. If you got the right to dress and be quote unquote what you want to be, and you should be happy with that. Don't go trying to force other people to accept it. That's where the quote unquote black people are getting it all messed up. Look, you can't force people to accept you. So these black movements, oh, we want equality, yada yada. No, you're asking, and I taking this line from Chronicles of Judah 144 YouTuber, great dude, very enlightened. But yeah, he said this all the time. Oh, they want the hug. They're looking for the hug from the quote unquote white man. That's what the hell do you want? You want a hug and probably a kiss on the cheek and a pat on the back and say, you did well, son. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. You shouldn't even need it. You shouldn't even be worried. You should have so much shit on your plate that you shouldn't even be thinking about what the fuck the next house is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like in my house, my wife, we got a baby on the way. I ain't thinking about no other fucking body else's problems. We have our goals. We have our individual goals, obviously, and then we have our goals that we have together. And then we keep moving forward with those. We're going to be able to have a great future planned and provided for our unborn baby. I'm not sure if it's going to be a boy or girl yet, but either way, it's going to be a blessing. Now, moving on. So it's not equality; it's power. So when people say, "Oh, we want equality," no. First of all, you're never going to win that. What the fuck you want, or what you should want, is power. 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 Okay, power. That's what it is. That's what we don't have. We don't have no fucking power. And until we have power, we won't be able to do shit or make any fucking demands. It's that simple. It's simple. So storming the U.S. Capitol was about maintaining white power. First and foremost, yes, it was. And yes, that is what people who feel that their power are being taken away from them should do. No one that has power, that feels their power being taken away from them, is just going to sit there and allow it to happen. I'm pretty sure that most black people out there never had any power or any kind of real authority, so they probably don't understand the notion of it. And it's not to condescend or belittle anybody. It's the reality. Black people don't have a ruling class mentality. All right, we have a freaking your grown ass son living in your basement mentality. Want to keep complaining and never go out on your own and do your own goddamn thing. You just want to keep staying in the basement, talking all this shit with your hand out. And I'm still paying your way. That's what the black community is. And if you don't like that, then help me to help us make a fucking difference. Share this video. Like this video, share this video, comment. Let's build. Okay, let's do something. But instead of fucking getting emotional every goddamn time someone calls shit out the way it is. Okay? So I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of quote unquote, super wokey wokes out there, and that's another term from Chronicles of Judah 144 out there that's gonna try to freaking this, you heard this dude, he a coon, he said this. No. Listen, when someone wants to call you out for your bullshit, that'll make them a fucking coon. You the coon, nigga. You got no solutions, no nothing for your problems, bro. Nothing. You a loser on top of being a coon. So yes, was about maintaining white power in America. Yes. Why should that be a surprise? If we heard a headline over in China about some shit in China going down because the Chinese felt like the Japanese were trying to take over the power in China, and we read the heading, maintaining Chinese power in China. See, the thing about America is it says America. So people, they want to believe this false notion. The slogan, the corporate slogan that I told you, like, land of one and shit like that. No, motherfucker, no. This is the land of the white. Okay, call this country white or white country. So now replace the headline. Storming the U.S. Capitol was about maintaining white power in white country. So okay, see that makes sense. That makes sense. Just like if it was to read, storming the Chinese capital was about maintaining Chinese power in China, it would make sense. No one would bat an eye to it. You would just keep on reading. Keep on reading. You might not even read the goddamn article. You might just be like, all right, well, or maybe you will read it to see who the hell is threatening the power over there. But when they write this, they know that we're on such a freaking heightened sensitivity level that we're just gonna take this and run with it. Like, oh my God, fear mine. This has been a white nation, man. It's a white nation. This nation wasn't built for us. We built this motherfucker. Yes, that's a fact. That's a motherfucking fact. But this ain't our nation. Okay, we don't have one right now. We renters. Okay, so it's power that we want. Now, can we get power? Yes, we can get power. Other demographics in this country have power. You know, we just happen to be the least. We like over the past hold on. Let me give you an analogy about power first before I get into the numbers. All right, so when you have power, you get to call the shots, right? Like the boss. If you anyone has ever had a job, you have a boss. The boss has power, and then the boss's boss has power over him or her, and so on and so forth. There's always like a pecking order with power. So to dumb this shit down for y'all, a kid that runs the playground has power. He runs that playground because he has power, or he or she runs that playground because he or she has power. Now, and that's a kid. And now, whether this kid is the biggest kid on the playground, so therefore, you know, they have physical power that they get to exert over others, which if you wanted to analogize that would be like military power, or if the kid has financial power, i.e. the kid's parents got money, so the kid always comes to school looking fresh, fly, and got the newest clothes, the J's on, and always got the nice lunch, you know, and so if you were to juxtapose that, that's economic power. And if the kid just had a whole bunch of friends, and the kid was friends with everybody, therefore the kid had power through the friends, that's called political power. If you wanted to analogize that to higher levels. So power is basic. Actually, great book about power, 48 Laws of Power. If you haven't heard about it, check it out. If you heard about it, never read it, definitely read it. It's a must-have, add it to your library. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Power is what you need. When you have power, you get to get what the fuck you want. Now, this is so basic and elementary. Like I just told you, kids on the park have power for different reasons. And you know what they do with it? They know how to use it. And when they know how to use it, then there's people that without power that feel bad. And maybe what they do, maybe they might cry to somebody else about it. Or they might cry to someone else that doesn't have power about it. That's what they might do. But that's not a solution. All right? So power is what we need. Power is what we lack. Power is probably one of the most important nouns in human reality. Power. Okay? Those who have power seek to gain more power and to control their reign of power by not allowing anyone else to have any power. It's very simple. Like it's like an equation. Like this is power, and this is how people work around power. The sooner and quicker we get this simple shit, the better off we'll be. So yes, they have power. They want to hold on power, and it's innate within human beings. Ain't nobody with power trying to give it up. Go ask your friendly neighborhood Caucasian liberal. Would you want to give up your power? Would you be willing to give up your power, or your quote unquote white privilege? Which again, that's not real. It's just power. Would you be willing to give it up? Ask them that. See what the fuck they say. See if they hesitate. They pause. All right. So moving on. Over the past 75 years, actually more than that, our control of wealth has not changed. I believe it's like 0.5%. 0.5% is what the fuck all the blacks own. And that's including, and I said this before, that's including Oprah, that's including Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, even Kanye, because Kanye's a billionaire now too. And if he gets that divorce to Kim, he gonna fall back to being a millionaire. But regardless, we don't have any power in our money. We're the number one consumer. You know, a lot of money goes through us, but we don't retain any of it. We retain no money. When you retain no money, you have no power. You with me? It's so simple. Money equals power. So you need to generate money, produce things. Stop being the number one consumer. How about aim to be the number one producer? And then reinvest in your production, hire your people, and then you'll form a strong community with a strong economic uh, foundation. Okay. Now, again, this isn't just all my original work, my original ideas. I listen to a lot of great speakers, orators. I read a lot of books, and I got a lot of advice from these people, obviously. And some of the authors, obviously, Dr. Claude Anderson, he is great when it comes to this kind of stuff, group economics. All right, you got to check out Dr. Claude Anderson, his Powernomics books. Great. Marcus Garvey, obviously one of my favorites, and Malcolm X. Like these things have been being said, man. Okay, so it's not just me out here. No, this has been being said, but we actually have to implement it. All right. So back to the nonsense of the storming. When I'm on my Facebook and Instagram and stuff, I don't just see black people saying, oh wow, yeah, if that would have been black people, they would have been shot. I see white people and quote unquote Hispanics saying that too. And the problem with that is, especially from the liberal whites, the problem with this is, brothers and sisters, don't fall for their bullshit and let them put a battery in your damn back. Like, oh yeah, if that would have been y'all would have been shot. And then you want to be like, yeah, that ain't right. See, yeah, that ain't fair. See, but when we kneel and protest, yeah. If you don't shut the fuck up, sound like a little ass bitch, shut the fuck up. Look, real simple, yo. It's called power. You don't have no fucking power. So stop sitting down like a little ass bitch. Stop kneeling like a little ass bitch. Stop doing this whack ass protesting, police brutality. Get some fucking power. Take all that energy. Well, first of all, put the black man back in charge of the damn household. Stop letting these super liberal black females try to tell us what to fucking do. All right? Because all they're going to do is follow what the fucking quote unquote white person says. Want to know why? Want to know why? Because the quote unquote black liberal is funded by white people. Show me a strong, independent black woman that did not at some point receive any kind of help from a white man, or the white man for that matter. Now, I'm not saying that like there's literally zero. No, what I'm saying is there's going to be very, very far and few between. Very far and few between. And those are the ones that are actually going to have some type of power. And that power that they use is going to be used to allow them to continue to get those handouts from the government, and also not speak out against us being, when I say us, black men being locked up on silly ass 3-strike laws. Okay? So, again, back to my point. Don't let them put no battery in your fucking back. But, oh, yeah, you right, man. But when we do it, it's fucked up. No, look. Stop walking around with your hand out acting like a little ass bitch. All right? Get some power. Get some power. Read. Educate yourself. Gain some knowledge. Get around some like-minded people. Because I know in the hoods is fucked up. And I'm going to do a video on the hoods, too. The hoods is fucked up. I get that. I get all that. But that ain't stopping you from fucking going to the library and reading some goddamn books. Unless they got gangs in front of the library saying, "Oh, you can't go in here unless you start selling for us or whatever," then that's a whole different scenario. And if that's the case, reach out to somebody or move, motherfucker. Because if you can't go to the library, then your kids can't go to the goddamn library. And if they do, you better be right with them supervising, because Lord knows what the fuck might happen to them. So anyway, they ain't stopping you from reading and educating yourself. Educate yourself. Get around like-minded people. All right, and the blueprint is very simple. Like I said, look up Dr. Claude Anderson's books, Powernomics. He lays out the foundation. Now I'm going to speak on some of it here, and not only that, Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey had a few businesses, but anyway, get around with like-minded people, get some business ideas, take over the businesses in your fucking community, man, and then let everyone patronize your building, not just black. And then reinvest that money into businesses run by other blacks. Keep that money in the community. And then get the businesses that aren't run by you out. We don't need you no more. We don't need you. Unless you giving us something, which 9 times out of 10, they ain't giving you nothing, because they don't have your best interest in mind, then get them out. Period. Then when all the businesses are quote unquote black, then you can move to the political realm, because now you have money. Now you get to say, hey, look, if you don't do this, we're going to vote you out. We got power. Period. And honestly, we shouldn't even be doing that. We should be raising up our freaking political candidates. So they should already know what the blueprint is. All right, we shouldn't be going to a white politician saying, "Oh, well, here, if you don't do this, no. We don't need you." And again, this ain't about being racist or nothing like that. This is just about, look, I mean, white people they're represented when I look around, and it's not racist for me to say I want to feel represented. And I don't think that it's actually feasible for a quote unquote Caucasian man that hasn't grown up where I grew up, how I grew up, can relate to my issues and my perspective on life. Just like I wouldn't be able to relate to his or hers. So I think that's just calling it what it is. All right. So don't allow people to say, "Oh, that's racism. That's reverse racism." No, that's some bullshit. I already told you racism is not a real thing. So that shit don't fly over here. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, don't allow these motherfuckers put a battery in your back. All right. So instead of looking at this outrage of all like, oh man, that's messed up. Oh man, where are the Trump fans at now? Social media, doing all of this cooning. That's real cooning. Instead of looking at this outrage through the lens of an unhappy sibling that your older brother gets a piece of cake and you didn't. That's all I see. That's all I hear when I see this shit. I'm like, damn, man, this shit really reminds me of like kids. Like you ever like babysit younger cousins or whatever, and one of them is older, so you let the older one do something that you don't let the younger one do, and then, how come I can't do it? You let such and such do it. Listen. First of all, I have power, and because I have power, I get to exert my power over you. And I said no, and I don't even have to explain myself to you. And that's what the black people got to get to your motherfucking head. You don't got no power. Don't nobody owe you no goddamn explanation. And they don't care to. Look around what's going on. It's so blatant. Because it is blatant. You the last one to arrive to the motherfucking party, my man. like for real. Snap the fuck out of it. Snap out of it. Like this shit is getting comical. It's really getting comical, all right? But look, we should look at it from a different perspective. Instead of like, if that was us, look, if that was us, so what, you telling me you want to run in the goddamn U.S. Capitol and not get shot? Is that what the fuck you telling me you want? That's the equality that you fucking want? You want to be able to protest, burn shit down, and not get shot? And or not have freaking people out there with guns? Because I tell you right now, regardless of quote-unquote race anyone is, or any movement is, if they're doing anything, any of the above, they should be shot. Should those people have been shot? Yes. Am I surprised they weren't shot? Am I surprised that there weren't more bullets sprayed? No, not at all. Because again, storming the U.S. Capitol was about maintaining white power in white country. Okay? So no, I'm not surprised, and you shouldn't be surprised. But what we should do is change our perspective. This is a chink in the armor. Because they're not really don't get me wrong. There are a lot of freaking racists and all that out there, all right? They out there. They are out there. Don't get it twisted. They are out there and about. And looking to, find one of you, like alone on a good night when they all riled up and drinking and shit, yada yada, to do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. Especially in Middle America and not South America, but the Southern United States. Yes, man. So if you're out there in those areas, move with a motherfucking purpose. And don't be asking for no fucking trouble, all right? Don't be on no fucking silly ass nigga shit, asking for no trouble, all right? Move with a purpose. If you move with a purpose, this shit won't even matter to you, okay? But you cannot not address the fact that you are behind enemy lines. But anyway, moving on. This should be viewed as a chink in the armor, okay? Now, it's good and bad because we as a country don't want to appear vulnerable to outsiders like Russia and China, which are both communist countries, and communism is a real thing, and it is a terrible thing, okay? And it is not for the quote-unquote black man or the black community, because you cannot be for the black community and be against the black man. And we need to stop allowing that shit to be the case, okay? If it's not for the black man, then it's not for the black community, period, point blank. No questions asked about it. No need to even discuss it any further. But, so yeah, communism is real. And obviously communism, I've spoke about this many times. I'm sure you've heard other people speak about the Black Lives Matter movement. That shit is run by Marxists. They even said it them motherfucking selves. If you don't know what Marxism is, you don't know what communism is, do yourself a favor. There's 2 books that you can read that'll give you the rundown. One, which I read in college initially, and I reread it again about a year ago, is the Communist Manifesto. That's literally like the fucking Communist Bible. And then another one that you can read is great. It's called Masters of Deceit by J. Edgar Hoover, and he gives you perspective on communism in America back in his day, what it looks like and what it sounds like and how it moves. Okay, so it's very evident that there's communism still running rampant in this motherfucking country, and it's not for you. Actually, there's another book called I forget what the book is. Please comment below or message me asking what the next book is. But I know it's by this guy named Manning Johnson. He was a quote unquote black dude that got like in the communist movement back in the 50s or whatever. And then he got out and then he went and explained, his perspective on it from being on the inside. So those are 3 books that if you don't know nothing about communism or Marxism, read them motherfuckers, check it out. Guarantee you're gonna be more enlightened afterwards. So anyway. So Marxism is not our friend, all right. And I'm gonna make a video about that. Going in on it and using those books as references in the future. But in the meantime, excuse me, definitely check those books out. But again, back to what I was saying. The good part about this, for us at least, is that sorry about that. Is that while the majority of the country is in disarray, we can make some moves. All right, we can make the moves that I was just talking about. Coming together, in your own town, start a local organization. It could be small. Start with like a Facebook group. All right, in your town. All right, seeking out like-minded people, and we're gonna call this America's Original People. Why? Because there were black people here before the Europeans got here. There have been quote-unquote black people everywhere on the globe. They're called indigenous peoples. We've been here. Look up the Folsom tribe. That's just one group of people that have been here before, like thousands of years ago. They've been here. So when I say to you, not every black person here came on a slave ship, that's the goddamn truth, man. I think 3% came to what is considered America. So, like, come on, man. No, a lot were already here. Native Americans are indigenous people who are black people. All right. They don't continue to allow them to just paint this fucking narrative for you. That's just not true. If you have more time and you want some more references for other stuff, check out the movie Hidden Colors by Tariq Nasheed, Volume 1. He goes into that deeper with other scholars. So anyway, start a movement. All right. Well, actually, I'm starting the movement, but I need y'all to go in your own town and start it and start incorporate getting it together. That way we can all link back up and take it to greater levels. So anyway, it's going to be called America's Original People, AOP. Okay. Now this is for the blacks of captivity, meaning those of us who are here from Central and South America. All right. Now what that means is for the quote unquote African brothers, like the ones that just came over or the ones that are second generation, yada yada. Look, this is our fight. We got to do ours. At the end of the day, y'all can always go back home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can always go back home, or even like the Indians or the Chinese people, or even the white libs that want to, be down with the cause, be down with the movement, because they always want to be down. And then when they get in, they always want to tell you what they think you should fucking do. And we don't need that. All right, we don't need what the fuck you think. All right, sorry, not sorry. We got this. So nah, because y'all can always go back home. So we got to figure our own shit out. And again, that's not being racial. Okay, that's just it's exclusive. It's an exclusive party for an exclusive group of people. Period, point blank. So yes, America's Original People, AOP, and this is for us. We have to keep it that way. All right, we come together. We discuss, like I said before, different business opportunities that we can take advantage of in our community, especially while all this is going on right now. Everyone's bugging the hell out, and everyone's concerned about some other shit. And there's a struggle for power. Now it's time for us to start grabbing some power. All right, start grabbing some power. It's a new year. Look for some foreclosures if you can on some land. Build something if you got a nice network, some carpenters or whatever case may be. But each scenario is going to be different depending on where you are in the world or in this country for that matter. So we have to keep that in mind. All right, I can't give you a blueprint for what you should do in Chicago or in Brooklyn or in Miami. I can't do that. Or I'm here where I'm at. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do my part here. And I need y'all to figure out how y'all going to do your part where y'all are. All right. So again, it's real simple. Come together, discuss different business opportunities in our respective communities, implement those plans to bring these businesses to life, okay? And once you get those businesses going, like I said, keep the money in. Keep the money in. Keep the money in. It has to stay in. And then that's how we start the process of actually gaining some power. Because when you have power, you just want to keep on gaining power. You don't want to lose no power. All right? It's not about race. It's not about, all this shit. It's about power. Power. Okay? When you get power, then you get to take control. If you don't have no power, you have no control. All right? So, actually, this video is shorter than I thought it was going to be. But then again, I was talking pretty fast because I actually got to go to work soon, and there's some things that I need to do. I gotta work out and stuff like that, and some other stuff that y'all don't really care about. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I just laid out for y'all. Again, please feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, even here on YouTube, email. So that way, if you have any questions, we could definitely, oh damn, my body hurts. I'm tight. We could correspond. And then keep this thing going. But again, it's very simple. There's no room for all this emotional bullshit. Oh, well, if you would have did... Come on, man. Come on. Whenever you hear someone saying that, or you read someone typing that, just imagine a little kid saying that. Well, but if black people would have did it... Shut the fuck up, man. Shut up. What if? What the fuck you worrying about what if for? Well, what if I hit the lotto tomorrow, babe? What the fuck you having these thoughts of grandeur? If you don't get the fuck out of here, do something about it. Women, if you were a man and he every day, what if I hit these numbers today, babe? What if I hit these numbers? You need to say to that nigga, what if you get off your ass and start your own business and start your own damn job? You over here every day about what the fucking what ifs. What if you got the fuck up and started using your goddamn brain and taking control of your own damn life? Now, again, disclaimer, am I saying that if you do all the things that I'm saying and you move with a purpose, that you will be impenetrable to racism? No, I'm not. But I'm saying, like, the likelihood, the percentage drops significantly. Significantly. Like, when this thing first started happening, I didn't even know. Then I got home, my wife told me, oh, did you hear about the storming of the Capitol or whatever? And I was thinking to myself, like, what? No, I didn't, I wonder why I didn't hear about it, but what happened? And she gives me, like, the gist of it. I'm just sitting there thinking like, oh well, all right. Some white people stormed the Capitol. That's crazy as hell. I wonder why. They trying to take it over? No, they're not. Hold on. Sorry guys, I gotta go.